right there. I tried to get. Oh, there I go. There I go. Turned up. Turned up. Hey, turned up. You heard?
Yeah, it's Big Fan Breezy with the Brooklyn Nets vlog. You already know what it is. I had to pull up because the coach, everybody got the bag. I told y'all that we were good, coach. I was pulling up anyway. I know y'all see I put Knicks beat the Hawks beat the Knicks in the title. Yeah, but I was pulling up anyway. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, the Hawks beat the Knicks. Mikal Bridges took the shot. Is he worth the draft picks? I wish a Knicks fan would. Not tonight. I'm on that. Big homie stay silent in the chat. Shout to Daniel Berry Sports Highlights in the chat. Jordi Fernandez got his whole coaching staff the bag. I never seen that before. All of the assistant coaches? Huh? Who we talking about? Who the Connor Griffin? Corey Vincent? Jay Hernandez? Adam Catporn? Ryan Forehand Kelly? Steve Hetzel? Juwan Howard? Dividas Dokis? Travis Bada? Huh? Ryan Forehand Kelly? What are we talking? Jordi Fernandez himself? What are we talking about, man? He got all of them the bag. That's important. I told y'all, pay attention to player development. When I'm watching the game, I'm watching for player development. I'm watching for who's getting better from game to game. Are they beating the double? I was watching Cam Thomas, and they was talking about how he couldn't beat the double. I was watching Yegor. Could he beat the double? I was watching Nolan Traore. Was he beating the double? I was watching Ben Saraf. Was he beating the double? I was watching these things because these are the things that they said that we was ready to move on from Cam Thomas, and these were the guards, the rookies. So I was paying attention to that. And I think that the assistant Jordi Fernandez and assistant coaches was too. Jordi Fernandez and assistant coaches, they was paying big attention to what they need to do and bring the ball up the court or whatever the case is. As far as play development, they did a good job. This is a sign for good things to come. I could not fit it in the title, but for them to get the bag the way they did, it shows that the NBA has confidence. It shows that the Brooklyn Nets have confidence. It shows that the general manager and Joe Tsai and all of those guys, they have confidence in what Jordi Fernandez is doing. He knows that Sean Marks, he knows that Jordi Fernandez is the man for the job. He knows, he absolutely has to know it, and I'm saying that because he got the bag. For them to get that contract is big news. I'm not here to pretend and act like it's not. It's some of the best news I've seen all day. Now, you see the hoodie. You see the hoodie. It's the original troll. I'm only doing what I know. Oh, man, I'm trying to go to... Hold on, let me try this. Let me try something. All right, let me try it again. All right, there you go. All right, here we go. So, let's go with it. Okay, here we go. What did it say? It said the Brooklyn Nets have signed head coach Jordi Fernandez and the entire coaching staff. So multi-year contract extension, sources tell ESPN. This solidifies a long-term commitment for Fernandez after 2 seasons at the helm. Bro, you want to send me a shirt? All right, let me know. And if you got clothes, like I do a show called Fan of the People. If you're an entrepreneur and you got clothes, you could do an interview with me and we could talk about your clothing line and we could get into, you know what I'm saying, your shirts and whatever else, you know what I'm saying, you got going on, you know what I mean? So shout out to Big Homie Stay Solid. If I could get the interview, that'd be great, you know what I'm saying? I'm looking forward to it. Shout to Jamal Franchise, shout to Dren23, shout to the whole chat, shout to everybody that's watching, like, share, comment. Yeah, for sure, for sure. Let me know. I'm with it. I'm with it. I'm with it. Just let me know. But yeah, again, like I said, Fan of the People is one of those shows that I want to build on. Y'all see, I do the consistent content with, this show. I want to get that consistent. And even if I'm not that consistent as much as I am with this show, I at least want to show more consistency. You know what I'm saying? Give y'all more episodes a month. I've been really busy, but I'm gonna get back to Fan of the People show, especially if I could get the interview with Big Homie Stay Solid. Shout out to Big Homie Stay Solid. He a member on the page. You know what I mean? I want to thank all of the members on the page, everybody that's, you know what I'm saying, helping the page grow. Like, it's the off season, we still rocking. You know what I'm saying? So I gotta let y'all know that I appreciate y'all. You feel me? That being said, shout to the whole coaching staff. Shout to all of y'all, man. Shout to Jordi Fernandez for making that happen. You know what I'm saying? I like the sign of this. This is a good sign. I feel like they got that look, the contracts, the extension contracts, because they looked at what we got going on, seeing how they had a lot of G League players come up here and get starter minutes, and they felt like in the beginning of the season, Diego is better than he was in the beginning of the season. Ben Saraf better than he was. Nolan Traore better than he was. Say what you want about Noah Clowney, but they at least at minimum gave him the green light and didn't penalize him for making mistakes. Let him go out there and give him an opportunity after he made the mistake. So again, hats off to Jordi Fernandez. He definitely showed that he is a good coach, in my opinion. He gave the green lights. You have, somebody that we all know, John, join the panel and say, yo, you need to be giving more minutes to this one and that one and our rookies. And, said Terrence Mann. We all seen that. We all agreed that we know what it is. But at the end of the day, we got to see Ben Saraf start, Nolan Traore start, Danny Wolf start. You understand? We got to see Drake Powell start. You feel what I'm saying? There wasn't nobody that we had in that rookie class that did not start. Diego started. Everybody started. Everybody got minutes. Everybody got a significant minutes to say, all right, this is what we want to do. This is the best position for him. We got to see through the coaching staff, Danny Wolf playing the point center, which I think he's best. I think he's best at the 4-point center. We got to see Ben Saraf run the point guard, starting. We got to see Nolan Traore get better at the point guard. We got to see Diego at the point guard and the 2 guard. Maybe even a 3 here and there, but more from the 1 and the 2, and then heavy with the 2, right? Got to see Drake Powell play defense. We got to see him be a POA defender. We got to see a lot of good things. We got to see a lot of the things that was acknowledged by Sean Marks. It was all being looked at. And there's no way they give him this contract if it wasn't what I said, as far as them staying on course. Staying the course. Staying the course is these 2 seasons. You're going to focus on draft picks. After that, be ready to compete. It's 164 games he had to do this for the most part. He might have missed 1 or 2 games. I remember Steve Hetzel coaching 1 game, I think, versus the Pacers. But the point is that Jordi Fernandez, he knew what it was. He knew what it was what he signed up for, and he deserved this contract because he stuck with what he needed to stick with. He was consistent enough for the acknowledgement. Not to mention that the league is watching him, and these players that might go top 4 is looking like, yo, would I want that to be my coach? Yes. We could draft any 4 of these players, and they will be good in Jordi Fernandez's hands. Pause. And far as what, just getting the green light to be the number 1 option, it's right out of top 4 pick. You right out of the draft, you are a number 1 option. Jordi Fernandez and the Brooklyn Nets is going to make sure that whoever we draft is a number 1 option. That's a fact. You know what I'm saying? So, long story short, you know what I mean? We know who Jordi Fernandez is, and y'all know I'm gonna get to the. I know y'all want to get to the trolling part of the show. It's coming, man. It's coming, man. You know what I'm saying? It's coming. McCall took that last shot. I say, yo, hold on. Let me tell ya. Yo, when McCall took that last shot, though, I say, yo, If he make this, we can't talk no shit like he wasn't worth that trade. He worth that trade. But when, cause I'm gonna be honest with you. Let me just get my little troll out real quick, cause I can't hold it no more. You know what I'm saying? It was a good game. To be honest with you, I seen that the Knicks won game one. I figured they won game two. I wasn't even watching the game. I was just chilling, like, you know what I mean? I looked, I see that they was winning. I wasn't even tripping. Fourth quarter, I look, it was 101 to 101. I said, what? What is going on? I tuned in and I seen some good basketball. And I'm gonna say this: the Knicks got the right idea not going to Brunson for the last play because you can't win and lose every series through Brunson. But he too clutch not to go to him in the fourth quarter. Like, I don't know why the last shot wasn't designed for Jalen Brunson. I didn't even really want to put that on Mikal Bridges because Mikal Bridges really ain't like that. They post Josh Hart. That's supposed to be his main man, 100 grand. How Josh Hart don't find Jalen Brunson for the last play? I mean, for what it's worth, the clock was running out, and you know what I'm saying. Mikal Bridges was furthest down the court. I mean, I thought Mikal Bridges would have went to the paint. I'm surprised he took a step back jump fadeaway. What was that? Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. All right, all right, all right, all right, all right. The coaches, let me get to the coaches, man, because I know what y'all trying to get me to do. Y'all trying to get me to throw the link in the chat so we control the Knicks all night, man. Hold it down. I only been here 15 minutes. I just got here, man. We got all night to do that, man. Just give me a chance, man. I want to talk about some of these coaches, you know what I'm saying? All right, let's get to it, man. What's up with y'all, man? What's good with y'all? How y'all doing in the chat, man? What's up with y'all? All right, so this Jordi Fernandez, we got to start with the big dog. Woo, woo, woo. They all big dogs, man. Shout out to all of them, man. Jordi Fernandez, coach, it says Jordi Fernandez has been a prominent figure in the NBA known for his leadership and coaching expertise. He has served as an assistant coach in Cleveland, Denver, and Sacramento, and has also coached the national team of Canada to a bronze medal in the 2023 FIBA World Cup. Fernandez's coaching philosophy emphasizes player development, competitive spirit, and honest communication, which have been evident in his tenure with the Brooklyn Nets. His recent contract extensions with the Nets reflect the team's confidence in his ability to lead the franchise into the future. I like that. I like that. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Jordi Fernandez. I'm happy for you. You know what I'm saying? I met Jordi Fernandez in real life. You know what I mean? I say, yo, I'm a big fan of Breezy. He said, okay. It is what it is. I'm not saying, he's going to invite me to a barbecue or anything like that. But, just tell Jordi Fernandez, big fan of Breezy, say, congratulations. You know what I mean? Word. But yeah. All right, so y'all heard me name out the assistant coaches. I'll probably go into the assistant. I'll speak more on it probably on a later date, probably like tomorrow or something like that. But I'm not gonna pretend. I know y'all want to pull up and talk y'all shit, you know what I'm saying, about the Knicks and this and that. And it's fine, you know what I mean? I put it in the title. I wouldn't be who I am if I didn't do that, you know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna do that. I ain't gonna do that. Oh shit, how I'm supposed to put it in the chat though? All Um, I'm trying to put it in the chat. There you go. But yeah, man, that's what it is. You know what I'm saying? So if y'all want to come up here talk y'all shit, I mean, I just really wanted some Nets fans to pull up and talk some Nets basketball about the coach and what we were saying about Jordi Fernandez the whole time. I definitely want to get into some of that. But I know how Nets fans is, and again, you're welcome. You're all welcome. If y'all want to put, go out, I can't tell y'all what to say, what not to say. Y'all already see what it said. It says, "Thank you, Nets fans is the best fans." You see the title of the show, John. Start with what you want, man. Talk to us, John. Thank you for joining the panel. Talk
No
to us, John.
problem, man. Listen, this was a close to a perfect day as it can get, man. Listen, Jordi Fernandez, he's the coach now of our president future. It's kind of interesting. We got the whole staff signed. I think what it's showing is that Sean and Joe know they need somebody they can trust. Let's be honest, our coaching history is probably one of the worst resumes in the NBA. So to finally potentially have a coach that might be sustainable with the staff as well, given we're going to have six key prospects drafted, five last year, a six this year. Like that development, that time this summer, they're going to spend with those sophomores now and one rookie to develop that chemistry camaraderie is going to be super important because we want to be competitive. And now we're really going to see what type of coach Jordy is with heightened expectations. So I'm all for it. I still don't like that Sean Marks is still in charge, but we have a coach that obviously cares and wants to have a culture and an identity. So we're really going to see what that truly is when those expectations are super high. Now, on the other side of the bridge, I
Hold
saw
on, hold on,
new.
hold on, hold on. I just wanted to say something. So, matter of fact, just go ahead, bro.
Yeah,
I'll
yeah,
say it.
yeah.
Go ahead.
Well, now, that was a good thing for us. Let's go to the other side of the bridge. New New York villain, CJ McCollum. Oh, they couldn't stop
Yo,
that guy.
he was killing them, bro.
Bro, Josh Hart couldn't stop him.
Okay.
Mikal couldn't stop him. Brunson Towns, I don't know what they were doing on the court, but CJ was just like, you guys want to make me a villain? Okay. And he was just
Yo,
unstoppable in that fourth quarter,
say
man. But
this.
it was a piece de resistance when the last guy to take the shot with 4 seconds on the clock isn't Flopper Brunson. Hell, it's not even Josh Troll Hard. It's mid-Kel, or in this case, mid-Klutz Bridges with the miss of the
Yo,
century, man. That was, listen, that was
you know,
amazing. Listen,
I'm
he
not
looked
gonna
through the
lie.
horse,
I thought of
man.
you, bro.
That was amazing.
I thought of you because you always we was calling him six pick Mick, and the thing about six pick Mick is that the net the Nets always said he ain't worth the six picks. But if you ask any Knicks fan, they was defending him. And then I'm not gonna hold you, they started turning on him. But after tonight, I think I want to make part of my show. Now tell me, y'all know I don't usually do this, but I know, and y'all don't know me as well as I want y'all to know. And I'm gonna reveal myself for who I am in my spare time. In my spare time, I tend to troll Knicks fans. You know, go in they chat, say little slick shit, then leave. But now I'm thinking like maybe we should just take the whole show and just go to different YouTube pages right now, or go to X and listen to the Nick fan base and hear them Nick fan tears and enjoy it. You know what I'm saying? And to be honest, the reason why I want to do this, John, is not to infiltrate, right? But I want to hear their opinions on Mikal Bridges, right? Because it's one thing for us to say what we say. We're gonna feel a way about somebody that comes to our team. We don't beat the Knicks, and then you get traded there, and now you happy skipping through the motherfucker. And the whole Squidward scheme, meme came out. He was all with it and all of that, like making commercials with Josh Hart. Why are you on our team? So after tonight, I just want to see how the Knicks fans are feeling about. I said, Mr. Bridges.
I
Now,
mean,
yeah,
I
are
think
you John? John is on the panel. I asked John first. John, are you with me, John?
Oh, definitely. Listen. Where are you, Knicks guys out there? Where's Jack City out there? Where's Harlem?
Oh
Where's
yeah, where's Jack City?
where's the
Where's
classic
Harlem in
Knicks
Jack
flex
City?
again?
Where's Claude Smith?
Yo, where's BKY Hoops? You want to cover this, Hoops? You
Yeah,
want to
where
cover?
you at? Where you at?
Wait, Breeze. I'm going to use something from Hoops. Wait, isn't CJ McCollum undersized? How's he scoring over talent for all these guys?
Yo, no. Hold on, but John, hold on. Did you see that play where they had Jalen Brunson guarding CJ at the top of the perimeter by like the elbow, and he hit him with the tween cross? Yo,
It was amazing. Listen, this is the problem with the Knicks. Like you even said it perfectly. You cannot run every game through that flopper. It is going to break him down. And tonight you saw it. As soon as they rested him in that fourth quarter, you had Mitchell, you had McBride, you had Landry, and all these other dudes. They were coughing it up quick. The Knicks have put themselves in a bad spot right now, and the only person you could blame is Flopper Brunson. He won his college dorm roommate Mid-Kel for 6 picks. He wanted Joshua Hart. And how ironic, both of those guys, his brethren, led to this loss tonight. Like, you had it one time out. Mike Brown, you really going to trust the Villanova boys who got you this far down the ladder to win you a game? Come on. This is mid-klutz we're talking about. Like, it was amazing, man, how that all turned out the way it did. But listen, at the end of the day, you guys wanted them not for 1, not for 2, not for 3, not for 4, not for 5, hell, not for 6, but 7 picks. Because you thought this guy was more important than a Giannis or Mitchell. And all I got to say is, yikes.
Yo,
yikes.
No, seriously, I'm searching for Knicks fans right now, man. I'm searching for Knicks fans because I want to know how they feel about Mikal Bridges. Okay, so we got Nick. We're gonna go to some Knicks pages. Now, y'all know I don't usually do this, but the Nets, we out of the playoffs and we lost 2 seasons in a row. I can't help me be petty right now. Oh, there go Harlem right there. He said, I never duck smoke. Yeah. He said, it's funny y'all only pop out when we lose. Of course I only pop out when y'all lose. This is what I don't like about the Knicks fans. I tell them who I am. I show them who I am. I say I'm not a Knicks fan. I hope that they lose. You know what I mean? I say this. I want this. I let them know. I'm clear. I'm transparent. I'm being honest. I'm sincere, for lack of better words. And I'll let y'all know what's up. So now when you talk about I only pull up when y'all lose, I never pull up when y'all win. I never do that. But when y'all lose, I put it in the title. I'm at least genuine. Y'all can at least respect the fact that if there was somebody out there, if you wasn't sure about how to calculate geometry in the way where you could articulate it, and the one way you could solve this problem is there Breezy somewhere hating on the Knicks? Yes! You add that in the equation, and then you will find your answer. That's all I'm trying to say. So hold on. Oh man. So okay. Oh, well, is this a video? He said the Knicks lost themselves tonight. Where y'all at?
You had to lead the whole game. It wasn't you lost yourself. It's just your bench isn't that good. Listen, this is all revolves around the flopper. You don't play, you lose. I mean, you just every time talent scores a bucket, talent goes like the woo, like he that big bad dog, dude. You played 0 defense. Like Jalen Johnson, man, just ran roughshod at the end. See that dunk from Jalen Johnson, Breeze? They had this kid locked down the whole game. He's like, guess what? The only bucket that matters is the one that wins the games. And it did. It did. Listen, man, it's just good that's competitive series. At the end of the day, if the Hawks will take another one in Atlanta, they go back to the Garden. It can be anybody's game. This is what the playoffs are all about. We want no sweeps. Right. We want to see the Knicks get exposed.
All right. Okay. Thank you, Harlem. He said, okay, so now we getting somewhere now. You know what I'm saying? All right, so as I continue, and again, shout out to John for being my PIC in this situation. You know what I'm saying, you always need a net fan to help you with these situations. I usually go alone when I do these things, but now that I know that I got a Nets fan that'll rock with me when I do this,
Hey,
oh
bro.
my goodness, it's gonna be a long night, buddy. So now we're gonna look at the play and then we're gonna recap it. CJ McCollum misses the free throw. Josh Hart. Where's Jalen Brunson? He don't even look for Jalen Brunson. He looked towards Jalen Brunson, but he don't pass it to him.
Oh, you had one timeout. Mike Brown, were you sleeping?
Game 2 in MSG.
All right, so hold on. All right, John, tell us what you see on this play, John.
I see a missed free throw. Where's the timeout? They can coach him running off the court. Saying time out. They have 5 seconds on the clock.
Comes all the way back.
To the worst clutch player on the team, mid-clutch. You gave it to mid-clutch, and you lost. Come on, man. Listen, Mike Brown, this is the problem. If Tom Thibodeau was still your coach, he calls a timeout. He don't give it up with 5 seconds on the clock. But Mike Brown's like, like, come on, man. This is where we're going to find out about Mike Brown. Is he actually that good of a coach in high-pressure situations? We just got a taste tonight. I'm
gonna tell you. I'm gonna recap this, and I'm just giving it to y'all straight. Now I'm gonna tell you what I see. CJ McCollum, he misses the free throw, right? So I'm gonna wait for the play to for it to rewind and get to the play. But okay, so you got CJ at the line, he misses it. It's a good box out. Josh Hart, I expect him to do that. Now, him not passing it to Cat or Jalen Brunson. See, my thing with Cat is he got enough time to get the ball off of that rebound. That's a bad pass by Josh Hart. If the Knicks want to win this game, you pass it to Cat. Right here. Watch this. Look where Cat at. But he's slow running up court, so it's hard to, you know what I mean? He could have passed it to Cat, and then Cat passed it back to Josh Hart. You know what I'm saying? Like, yo, you running down the court fast as hell. Let me give it back to you. I don't know. Josh had a better chance of running straight down.
This is the problem with the Knicks. They are not that great of a defense team like people say they are. If they were, this game would not have gotten down to 2 to 3 to 4 points with less than 4 minutes to go in the game. They let that slide because without Brunson, nobody knows how to control the offense of that team, and not really anybody plays with defensive pride. Who's that guy they got? The guy from Jersey to be on the team, Alvarado. His name, that dude. Oh my gosh,
he's from Brooklyn. Jose Alvarado.
Yeah, Alvarado, man, that dude making shot making decisions for that team. It was atrocious. The Hawks were actually able to use the defensive capabilities to stop that bench. And shout out to Nickeil Alexander-Walker, a total flake in the first game. Defensively, he locked in that fourth quarter and got a huge steal. So listen, the Hawks, they're not a team to be taken lightly. They will give you everything they got to the last 2 seconds on the clock. And that happened tonight. Now they go back to Atlanta with momentum, and the Knicks have to get both. You cannot let them get another one, or else you're going back to the Garden, playing with the Celtics probably have an extra rest, and right then and there, that's where the Knicks' playoff hopes just, they go to smoke, man. But this is what we wanted to see, man. The Knicks get exposed.
John, the thing is, and then we're going to go to Leaf, nobody expects the Hawks to beat the Knicks. And I'll talk my shit, but I already got but them beating them, I didn't think they was going to steal a game in the Garden. I'm going to keep it real with you. Let me just start there. The fact that they did that, I'm surprised. I thought if they did have a chance, they win their first 2 on their home games. They win their home games, they take care of business, and they try to steal that game in the Garden because their confidence is bigger because they won at home. But I didn't see them winning. I even the last game, I said they got CJ McCollum, their first option. There's no way they win in this series. He came out there and it surprised me. I had no idea that CJ was going to do him that bad because I think he had 26 the first game, and tonight I think he had like 32. You know what I'm saying? Because he missed those free throws. It would have been 34, but I think he missed those free throws, and it was 32. And he gave him a chance to win it. And I just seen Jalen Brunson hit a 3. I just figured it was, you know what I'm saying? They was going to find a way to get the ball to Jalen Brunson. Now, he was covered by Nickeil Alexander-Walker. He was guarding Jalen Brunson. But if you're a Knicks fan, why you give a fuck? Jalen Brunson, just give him the ball anyway. And for
It,
what it's worth, that steal that Nikhil got on Jalen Brunson when he tried to spin fade, he slapped that shit out of his hand. I said, yo, that's good fucking defense. That wasn't no foul. That was clean. And what I will say, chef's kiss to the refs. Y'all been letting in this whole playoffs, not just the Hawks and the Knicks, the Orlando series that I was talking to Leaf about when he was covering it earlier. Orlando and fucking Detroit Pistons, they letting them play too. These teams, they are playing physical, and I think that's why I like the playoffs. That's why it's entertaining. The physicality that the refs are supposed to look past, they look past it in the playoffs. In the regular season, they call ticky tack fouls and then take away from the entertainment. But the playoffs, they be letting it rock. And yeah, man, that was a good fucking game, man.
it's amazing. This was reported before the series. The Hawks were actually playing the Garden crowd throughout all their practice sessions. So when they were booing CJ, I'm like, you guys really shouldn't do that because you may be creating villains, but you're creating guys that are going to kick your team's ass. So, like, I'm telling you, man, as much as the Garden think they're that big, bad base, you're actually motivating the opponent, and it backfired. So shout out to the Knicks fans tonight, man, because you got yourselves cooked. You got yourselves cooked, man. Pass the ball to Leaf, man. Let's let Leaf get on this, man.
Leave, talk to us, man. What you think about the coaching staff getting extending contracts? What you think about the Knicks? Start where you want to, both in the title. Talk to us, Leaf. Shout your page out too. Let them know where they can find your content.
YouTube.com/ at Leaf 4788. Back to doing Leaf is the league shows. I try to do it most of this postseason, much as I can. But
You gonna do daytime? That's your you gonna put that's your time slot. You gonna pull up around that same time?
probably that's what I'm thinking about it, because I usually take my girlfriend to work every morning, and now I got to take her daughter to school. So right around what 9 p.m. or 9 a.m. Eastern time, which is 8 a.m. Central time. I'll do that if I could put thumbnails and
No,
everything together. But
what's it 9 a.m.?
yeah,
It sound like
it was not. I think it was I think I started late to this morning. I might have started at
okay,
10.
okay, yeah.
That was
I
a
thought
I
good
might have
team, by the
started at
way.
10,
That was
but
a
like
good
9
team.
9 a.m. 9 a.m. usually the time like everybody in New York
yeah,
and
John
in
was
the
on that same
tri-state
shit.
area. Everybody in the
Yeah.
tri-state area usually get up around that time. So like yeah, everybody got usually nine to
That's a
fives.
small play, Leaf. The morning Leaf show, I can get used to that. I get used to that.
Yeah, but just talk about these suck ass series that's taking place, man. I didn't like listen. Something told me that Atlanta was gonna come back, but I left the crib and me and my girlfriend went to go get something to eat around maybe around the 90 to 96 mark. We was out. I get an alert on my damn phone. I get text messages, yo, turn the game on. I'm like, yo, bro, I'm out eating. Came back, these niggas bad, but already blown the league. I'm like, this. Mike Bullethead Brown, the Tangerines, the Knickerbummers, man, like they strike again. Obviously, none of us ain't got no.
Walk us through this play, Leaf. Tell us what you see in this play right here, because this is the last play of the game. The Knicks had a
Uh,
real chance of winning the game, and me and
uh,
John recapped it already. So we're gonna let you watch the whole play. You do the play-by-play. So go ahead. There you go.
okay, free throw up, missed by CJ up the court. If I'm not mistaken, the Knicks got a timeout, but they didn't take it.
Mm-hmm.
Cinema. Cinema.
I think it probably was cinema. The weekend game, all the weekend games was kind of trash because everybody lost by double digits anyway. But I mean, Atlanta. I don't think Atlanta has no real chance in this series. To be honest with
Bro,
you, man.
nah, this game wasn't trash, bro. This wasn't trash.
No,
This
no.
is the best game of the playoffs.
Yeah, this was a better game than game one. I thought like the Knicks was winning wire to wire in game one. All the game ones to me, bro, was like god awful, bro. All of them shits, like all of the losing teams,
Okay,
bro.
this was game two. This was game
Yeah,
two.
yeah. Every game one that took place was god awful. But game twos is a little bit different. I think teams get a feel out. I mean, they did. Atlanta did steal a game. I didn't expect them to steal a game, but I mean, I still don't really give them no chance to win this series. Realistically, bro, I think they still a young team. CJ McCollum is kind of on his like later years and on his veteran years, but I mean he did have two good games in the Garden, but that's all I could really gauge from that, man. I was more focused on the Orlando game, if anything, but about the what was it? I got the news
Jordy,
earlier
let me
about
say this: got the coaches, all of the coaches, they got extended contracts. All of them.
I yeah, this sound like the same shit we did, man, when we signed Jock Strap and we got rid of our roster, bro. Like that's what it sound like to me. We hiring coaches and giving them money, man, before we even get a roster, which I don't understand. Like I like nobody on the coaching staff. Like if anything, man, like I understand y'all giving extensions, man, but like I don't even know what the money is, and I don't even know what our roster gonna look like before the season, and neither does Jordy. So you giving them extensions and long term this and long term that to the unknown. You know, you gotta give them something and put something together before you start giving your coach extensions and just because you like him and you like the way that he tanked and this that and the
Bro,
third, bro.
hold on. Let me say this, Lee. He did what he was supposed to do. His job wasn't to win; it was to get in draft position. Now let's call it what it is. They would have been calling for Jordi Fernandez's head if he would have been focused on winning instead of draft position. And again, why wouldn't he get this contract from the front office when, bro? Frankly, he made every rookie a starter one period in the season, one time in the season. And I'm saying that to say that's significant minutes. If you get starter minutes, you get significant minutes. We really get to see what we need, what we got going on. And I feel like they need a power forward more than they need a guard. So I think the 1 and 2 is AJ DeBonshaw or Boozer or AJ DeBonshaw or Wilson. I don't
Yep.
think they going for Peterson or A Cuff. And again, I'm not saying nothing negative about Peterson and A Cuff. I'm saying we got three guards, and they might not be Peterson and A Cup, but they are enough collectively for the Nets to say we're not going to go for a guard this draft. We don't really got nobody that put the ball on the floor besides Nolan Traore. You get somebody like AJ DeBasha and slowing it down, their focus wasn't on Jordi Fernandez winning. It was all about whether or not these rookies are getting significant minutes to be better in the NBA. And he did that. And he did that. And Juwan Howard was definitely working with Noah Clowney. The way he was, he had I think the month of February, he was hot. And then, he kind of, yeah, we've seen him cool off or whatever, but you can see the coaching staff giving opportunities to get to the next level. They want to play through the stretch four. So if they get Boozer, Caleb Wilson, I would not be surprised. But you cannot turn down AJ DeBasha, bro. He just looked like one of those guys that you give it to fourth quarter. Just please, AJ, I don't have a play. Just I'm giving you the ball. That's the play. You know what I'm saying? He's going to be one of those guys, in my opinion. I feel like that's what we need, and I'm just kind of banking on it could be him. But again, we 30th in the NBA in scoring. Yeah, I want somebody to be the number one option. I don't really think it's Boozer. I think the best scorer is AJ DeBasha. I think Peterson and A Cuff they up there, but I'm gonna go with AJ DeBasha just because he's a wing. He's 6'9", and he could find those mismatches faster than a Peterson and A Cuff. And sometimes you just need those easy baskets. You don't always gotta hit somebody with a tween cross spin and all of this extra curriculum dribbling and moves and all of that. Sometimes you need somebody to just keep it fundamentally basic. And again, this is not a knock on the guards. It's just that they guards. I'm going with a wing or forward over a guard in this draft. And again, AJ over Caleb Wilson and Boozer. Whether it be Boozer or Caleb Wilson, I don't watch enough college basketball to say. But if I had to, if somebody was asking, I'm gonna probably say Caleb Wilson, just because CJ was kind of backing him, and I rock with CJ. I think he was right about Nolan Traore, and from what I've seen, he defends the rim. He's good weak side help too. Caleb Wilson played good weak side help, so yeah, that's what I was trying to say, Leaf. But
I mean, but bro, but people listen. AJ is going number one. So like, unless the NBA is somehow, some way generous enough to just throw us that damn pick and be like, "Yo, take care, of AJ." That's the only way I see AJ coming here. Boozer is most likely going number 2 or 3. I don't really know how the draft board is really looking about Peterson. I think we may have a puncher's chance at Caleb Wilson. I think Caleb Wilson has all the winning intangibles. You don't have to run anything for him. You could just give him the ball like and set and in the break and on transition, and he'll take care of the rest. I think he got the wingspan. I think he has the ability to play up tempo. I think he has the defense. He's a do it all type of guy. He's not somebody that's gonna quit on plays. He's not somebody that's gonna be lazy on defense. I like his effort. I like his ability, his wingspan, and the fact that if you switch him on from ones to fours and fives, you're okay with that. You know what I'm saying? So I mean, I think he has the most winning intangibles. The rest of the roster, I don't even know how it's going to shape out. Like what I know we need to go for is more physicality and more athleticism, because if you're looking at teams like Orlando and Detroit and all these other teams, like that's Eastern Conference basketball. You gonna need more versatility at these positions. You gonna need more guys that go up from 1 to 5 that is gonna help you offensively and defensively. They're gonna hold their own and be connected offensively and
But
on defense. But like
but
the thing is,
that's what I'm
it's really all about how you build your roster and the versatility you have on your roster,
but that's
especially in your start lineup.
But that's what I'm saying. When they talk about Jordi Fernandez, and again, this is the year for him to prove it. So I'll start with that. But case in point is Jordi Fernandez. One of the things that they describe him as is a defensive coach, right? They say Fernandez coaching philosophy emphasizes development, competitive spirit. Now, when they say competitive spirit, you say in defense to me. You know what I'm saying? Because if you just want to score the ball, you really lack effort on defense, in my opinion. And Cam Thomas got the knock. Not only him, but case in point is it plays into how competitive you are. If you just out there trying to score the ball, you probably looked at as a stat pattern. But a competitor is going to play defense too, like a Kobe Bryant, a Michael Jordan. They playing defense. Let's not get this shit twisted. Like they gonna score on you, and then they're gonna stop you from scoring. Like they was up all night twiddling their thumbs waiting for this moment to score 30 on you while you scored 6 points. You know what I'm saying? And I'm saying if Jordi Fernandez is preaching that, and let's call it what it is. Do these players look like they play hard for Jordi Fernandez? I'm gonna say yes. And I've seen Jordi Fernandez sit that ass down. Know what I'm saying? I seen Jordi Fernandez sit players down because they wasn't playing well. I seen him in press conferences say, "Yeah, I cut Zaire minutes because his defense wasn't up to par." I seen Zaire come back after that and be, you know what I'm saying, playing both sides of the ball. So yeah, to answer your question, yeah, I think they got the right guy on Jordi Fernandez. I want fans to give grace to Jordi Fernandez because he's supposed to focus on the draft, not winning. Like how good is he going to be if he's focused on the draft?
I mean, well, you probably gonna get grace from the people that's upbeat about just about anything in this organization, but not from me, bro. Like I got standards and I need some fucking results, bro. I'm not giving no damn grace to nobody that ain't proved shit yet. I don't give a damn if we tanking or not.
I,
That's where I'm at with it, bro.
What would you have had to see to say that he's a good coach or good
We ain't see nothing yet, bro. Like we gonna see now. When I see after in another year, 365 days, then I give my assessment. Right now, it's at a non applicable. That's the when you that's what it's at, bro.
I would say the key for Jordy is getting a franchise guy that you can run your system or philosophy to. Like, it's great that you have guys that want to fight hard for you and give you all effort, but having that cornerstone guy that the coach can go to, run schemes to, get the guys together, round together, I think that's key because as good as Jordy is communicating off the court, you need the guy on the court that's willing to take the Nets to a different level. You just said last, like, in points at 30, AJ Bonds could definitely be that takeover guy. Caleb Wilson, I think, is defensively potentially the best prospect in this draft. We get him. There is that cornerstone Jordy's looking for to enforce the defensive principles, a guy that can guard 1 through 5 potentially. Like if you address that power forward position, getting a 5 in the future, you would dramatically change that front court and give the guards you drafted more freedom to roam the court and kind of do what they're good at. And you agree with me, Breeze, that I think all these sophomore guys you drafted and potential rookie could all have potential interior games that we need to utilize better. Like shooting threes, I get it, it's something everybody does, but the Brooklyn grit is about going to the interior, making players have to play defense on you, get the foul call, the free throw, stuff like that. That's what I feel like we were missing this year, and I hope that's something we go back to because you want to be a versatile, gritty Brooklyn team. And I think all the 5 guys you drafted had shown some type of interior play. It's about maximizing that right now. So if you get a Caleb Wilson, we're definitely going to bring the pick and roll back and the lob threat. So that's definitely somebody I'm looking at. But either the top 4 is somebody Jordi could truly utilize to enforce the principles he's been trying to figure out the last 2 years. It is key on May 10th. It is crucial if you want to validate why Jordi is our coach going forward. You need that guy. You need him.
And just to kind of, I was going to say this while Leaf on the panel, but I'll close saying this. I did my trolling for the night. Shout out to John for joining in. Shout out to Leaf for joining the panel. You know what I'm saying, shout out to the chat. But yeah, again, I just wanted to any kind of Nets news y'all can expect me to pull. You know, obviously, I'm probably not going to do a 2-hour podcast because it's no game to recap. So yeah, I'll get y'all the news. We'll talk about some of the games. I'm really not that excited to talk about none of the games except when the Knicks lose. I told y'all, I'll be here for that. You know what I'm saying? Y'all can count on Big Fan Breezy to do a recap for that. And again, I felt like I trolled, but I was being sincere. You know, they asked for a lot to get him, and for games like this, if he knocks down that shot, he's a fucking hero. I wouldn't be able to hear the last word of the like. It'll just be ongoing. Everybody knows I'm not a Knicks fan. I'll be rooting against him and this and that. Yo, bro, I probably would have had to call out of work, bro. This should have been crazy. You know what I mean? But since he missed that shot, I'm going to work. I should be fine. You know what I mean? But yeah, man. Word. But shout. Nah, go ahead. What you gonna say?
It's rare that we get a double whammy news from the Nets and Knicks. And speaking of whammy, I don't know if you heard, Breeze, there's been a petition on Twitter from multiple Brooklyn-based members that want to see the Honorable Mr. Whammy representatives of the draft. But Ned Staley said because he's not an active member of the team, he can't. Listen, public service announcement, Joe Tsai, it's not that hard. A one-day contract, May 10th, to represent us. There's nobody that's been through a lot that Mr. Whammy has, being a loyal Brooklyn fan for all these years. And to see the Brooklyn base so united and wanting to make this happen, that's what should be important about bringing the base together for this new era. So Sean and Joe, do the right thing and give Mr. Whammy one last huge memory, not only for him to savor, but for the whole base to savor, because we all worked to make such an amazing thing happen. Make it happen, guys. Come on. Let's do it for Mr. Whammy.
Facts. Again, big homie, stay solid. Remember that fan people, you could reach me on IG, same handle, or X, Twitter, same thing. And you know what I mean? I appreciate y'all. You know what I'm saying? Nets fans is the best fans. Stay tuned for more content. If y'all got anything, any game y'all want me to recap, let me know. I might be able to do it. But yeah, man, I appreciate y'all. And have a good night, y'all. Peace.
Have a good night, everyone. Peace.